Ooh, is this correction over, or do we have more to come? Let's break down the charts and check out the evidence. What is up, gang? Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro, back again with another video covering the action with the correction. I had to shoot this video because there's something else that I want to point out after we talked about the massive wick action that we saw happening last night. So everyone across the board was thinking, okay, the correction is done. But there's something that I am noticing on just about every chart that makes me think, I'm gonna wait this one out and see what really happens. So let's jump straight on into it and check out the chart action. BTC, look at this. We were coming back up and there's a nice little bitty red candle. It does have a tiny wick on the bottom of it, but check out the stochastic. See how that percent K line is starting to curl over a little bit? Now, it has not crossed over yet, but why is it curling down? It's looking like it wants to meet the percent D and cross over again, which would mean continued downward movement. So let's take a brief look at some of my favorite projects and see if the other alts are copying that same move. Ethereum at 1777. Now this one looks a little bit better, but look at that nice little tiny red candle forming. We got a little bit of curlage right there, and the MACD looks better because we notice the histogram shows the red bars starting to come up, and we've gone from the heavy red bars to the light red bars, which means the movement is headed back towards the zero line. But will it continue in that direction? I don't know. That little tick right there, little red candle, has me wondering. Look at Litecoin, 204 and 99 cents. It's just like Bitcoin. Nice little red candle forming. Stochastic still is pointing upwards, but it looks like that percent K, the fast line, that's the blue one, is trying to curl over a little bit. Well, let's just move on right down the line to Chainlink. We have yet another red candle after the two green recovery candles that had everybody thinking the correction is over. Everybody bought the dip and now it's back to blue skies ahead. However, we see the same thing with the percent K, the blue line, starting to curl over, looking like it could cross over again. Now, we had this peak here, and then we had a lower peak, and then another one here where we looked like we were going to rebound, and then we had that dip happen. So we come back up, and this does not look like it is pointing straight out with a divergence between the percent K and the percent D. All right, Loom, the one that I'm sitting on, one of my favorites, is not looking so good. Now we can see here a hook on the end of that percent K where it is definitely headed towards the percent D, looking like we're going to get a crossover. Now with Loom, if worst comes to worse and Bitcoin continues to dip, I'm thinking there's a possibility that we'll drop to the magical 4.618 fib circle ring that is based on one of these previous swing channels to the upside before this side banding happened. So it's been giving us some pretty good clues as far as price action, and I tend to respect this set. So notice also there's a volume node, a cluster right here, peaking out at the 11 cent price, which so ironically would be right at the time that we would cross that 4.618 fib. So my eyes are on that. How about District 0x? Bigger hook there. We're definitely looking at a crossover unless we get an immediate pump. This is looking very bearish. Civic sitting at 40 cents with yet a bigger red candle and more of a hook. Crossover is coming on the stochastic. MACD is still bearish. Mana, okay, 26.8 cents. Same thing. Stochastic crossover is coming. Let's just take a few more here. G&T, Golem. All right, not as much of a hook on the percent K line, but we're definitely looking like it's going to possibly curl around and cross over, and there's our little red candle. Now, Graph, $2. Now we've got two red candles here. That looks definitely more suspicious to me, as it is hinting for continued downward action. This looks very weak. We're just hanging out there on two red candles, and they're kind of like you got a doji red candle followed by one that looks like a hammer, but then the stochastic looks very weak, and volume is going down. Without major volume to push this back up with some big buys, I think that's going to continue to go down. New Cipher, after breaking that $1 barrier and pumping all the way up to $1.11, we got a nice fat red candle. Stochastic looks nasty. We've been going straight down ever since we came off of that peak, and we didn't get much of a rebound. One green candle in the middle, and then this is a trigger. Do you see this MACD? When you're coming off of the histogram in the green, with the green bars switching from dark green to light green, and then the fast line touches and crosses over the slow line, that's a trigger to get out. Now, even though this stochastic looks like the %K is trying to curl around and cross over the %D for a possible reversal, this might open back up and it could sail back down, headed for the oversold zone. Algorand, we were thinking it was looking like it was ready for a rebound, but the same thing. Two red candles, a stochastic curling around, an MACD that is bearish, but is this at the low point? I don't know. It looks like it could continue up. We've got some light red candles, red bars rather, on the histogram, but that could flip back to red. Now look back here in the past where we went from red to light red, but then back to dark red, back to light red. It's not definite. It's not always that we hit the bottom and have a nice curve that takes us back to the zero line. So we don't know. There's no confirmation there, but this is very concerning. If you just go on down the line, everything else is looking the same. I don't even need to name these. Look at the patterns. They're all identical. Now, what could be happening? Well, first of all, with this big red wick that we had here, I think this was a manipulative move by the exchanges, where they probably knew that people had stop losses at a certain point, probably on Bitcoin. Let's go to the Bitcoin chart. And let's just say people had stop losses at the level of 52,000. All right, so what happens is we get this big nasty wick that drives the price below the level of everyone's stop losses, and then they snap that sucker right back up. So that's a sucker punch, because they get to liquidate a lot of positions by driving price below the stop losses, but then they bring it right back up. To me, that's cheating. That's market manipulation. And then here we had the two green candles that came after that. So then everyone thinks, oh, recovery. And then we're following this with a red candle. So it might be yet another sucker move, and we might see continued bearish movement. Now, don't count on me, because we could rip to 90 million from this point. I don't know. I'm just exaggerating. However, you need to understand that you can get smacked around in this market, and they expect you to count on certain things happening, like a quick recovery after what is obvious to be a shakeout, and not just a bearish, nice movement downward. Okay, this is a shakeout because it snaps right back up. They liquidate those stop losses and move price right back up. So whenever you see a shakeout, normally people think there's going to be a continuance of the bullish movement, which there still could be. And so since they know how we think, the retail investors, what could be their next move? Push price down yet again and make even fatter profits. So anyway, let's just keep our eyes on this. I was kind of sad that I wasn't up last night to buy on this wick, and was really kicking myself after these two green candles came in, thinking I should have bought. However, we might get a big sale. We might be able to go shopping tonight if we end up falling back into correction, and we don't know what's going to happen yet. So I'm playing it safe, and I'm going to use the dollar cost average method if we start sailing downward, and I'm not going to put all my faith in what I'm hearing people saying about this is just a shakeout and a recovery. Now, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think that this is a recovery? Do you think that further correction is coming in? Post your comments below. I want to hear your thoughts. Like and subscribe if you have not already. And let's get the subscriptions up. Bring some people in here so we can get that 10,000. All right, that's what we want to do, because then I can do the YouTube stories and do short videos. And in the meantime, for short updates, follow me on TikTok. I'll put my link in the description so you can follow me. I act really stupid on TikTok, and I do a lot of voices. You know I do voices, but I tend to cut up a lot more on TikTok than what I do on YouTube. I need to start acting stupid here too. All right, coming very soon, I'm gonna have a question and answer session with my daughters and my niece. Shout out to Jocelyn Elaine and Erica Denise and Sydney Dana Marie. Sydney is the one with the 3 names. She gets 2 middle names. And I'm just getting them started in crypto, and they've got some excellent questions. They're starting to invest. So I'm gonna shoot a video and let everybody else who are newbies, and I'm seeing a lot of people that are posting now who are new, and I'm getting to your posts. By the way, there's a lot of good new comments, and I will be chatting with you as soon as I get done posting up this video. But I wanted to post a good question and answer session with my girls, who I love so much. Can't wait to do it. And then, coming soon, we've got a celebrity guest appearance from an expert who is a developer. He's an engineer with a DeFi project. It's going to be my first celebrity guest coming on to the show. Yay! All right, that's all I got. This is Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro, and that is the Telegram group, which you can come in and join and talk. This is where we, get into the nitty gritty, but don't come in here trying to scam people, or I will boot you out of the group. You'll be out of there. Don't come messing around. We don't play that. Okay, that's all I got for now. Let's go ahead and stop this video so I can get back to the action. See ya.